out that Alex Ndawula passed away, and he was only 59 years of age, passed away at Zambia Hospital, and it has left us devastated right here at Capital FM, his family as well.
Well, so we're having conversation, of course, and what you remember about Alex and your memories. I'm not going to talk about Alex as, you know, a workmate at Capital. I'm going to talk about Alex as a brother. Alex was a loving man. You know, he was very real, expressed what he felt when he felt it, and very loyal. I remember the last we spoke must have been like 6 weeks ago. And we had conversations, but you could tell he was Alex, but not really. Yeah, I can't really go into deep into that, but the conversation was good. He would acknowledge, oh, lucky. We had talked about kids. He introduced me to his caretaker. Like, I have an amazing guy here who's taking good care of me. Alex loved food with soup. That is the reason as to why he refused to go back to the States. He told me, lucky, listen, Sisobola with his broken Logan. So I could die States, they have food with no soup. How can you eat that? He loved his sister Maureen. He always spoke highly of her. His niece Margot, and of course his mom, but also loved his aunties. He always mentioned aunties in Atete every now and then in his conversations. He loved chai mukalu.
Yes.
If he wasn't having the other drink, he would be, oh, jagala chai mukalu. Josephine, do you have chai mukalu? Josephine, we work with Josephine here. And really, he was a loving guy. Alex, when he got his salary, he would give it out. Like, I really didn't understand that. He didn't care that the next day that money was gone. After he's had his drink, he would be like, even the boda guys in his place in Intinda, you would pass there and say, hey, Alex. So he was very, very giving, very kind. I think this is a side to him that people didn't.
He would come to me. He had Capital FM and say, you have 2,000. I'm like, Alex, in my head, you get paid more than me, and you're asking me for 2,000. And funny enough, I would give him the 2,000 plus extra. Sometimes I put the money in my socks and say, I have nothing. you know, but he was so giving, and you're right.
He was so giving and so loving. What I like, and I tell people this all the time, they tend to forget it. Give people their flowers when they can still smell them.
Right.
Every time we spoke, I told him how much he meant. Like, because he had become like family. When his sister would give him stuff from the States, he would come, hey, Lucky, try this top one.
Yes, and he was a man who loved his colognes.
Yeah.
Alex always smelled so nice. And he would have colognes in his bag. And he would put it on, and whenever he walked in the room, you knew Alex was in the building.
But then also he was tough. I remember this one incident. Sorry, it's going to be long because we are remembering Alex. This one time we're in the studios. We're doing a show. It's great. We're with Salvador. We're talking. I don't know what happened, but it happened. You know, it happens to us as well. When you're doing it and you start fighting and like throwing words at each other, then he starts screaming. So we all go out with Alex out of the studio. So I go up there and they say, Lucky! Screaming right now with F words following me. And then I go to, but then the managing director was Carl. Then I find Carl is like, Lucky, come and be here. I'll never forget that. I asked her why we're hiding. Is that Alex? I'm sure he's coming here. He was very tough like that, but then he was very kind as well. And 2 seconds later, Alex will forget that he's been fighting with you. He's like, by the way, Lucky, let's go and get some Coca-Cola. So in a nutshell, Alex was loving, he was kind, he was bright. He had this wonderful gift. He enjoyed watching series. He loved his movies. He was also private and introverted in a way. You know, sometimes he would keep to himself. He loved children.
Yeah, I mean, we could go on for days and days, but this day we are dedicating to Alex Ndawula the memories, the good times, the things that he did here at Capitol, how he touched you in your lives. We would like you to share. Please do, okay? I mean, he was born in the US, but he was Musajja Muganda.
Musajja Muganda, ngayagala mmere ya supu.